All right, you're up.
Hello, one, hello, all, to episode 9 of Second String,
That's
brought to you by Entry Revel. That's one of my new things. I'm going to be try and be more like a ringmaster from a circus. So
in general, or just when you're introducing the show, or is that part of your everyday?
When I'm introducing the show, it's every week. It's going to be more like it. So next week I'll have a top hat. The week after that, more hula hoops. So it's going to be more. It's going to be a crazy time. More hula hoops than you. Then until finally there's an episode where I'm just surrounded by clowns, and I'm not going to address it. It's also going to be my no lights candle episode.
It's funny because I feel like we talk a lot about how our lives are turning into a bit, and that would be the ultimate bit if you just walked around like a lion tamer and never said anything. And people at your work were like, "Hey, what's going on there, T?" And then you're like, "What? Nothing.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You guys don't do New Year's Revolution? Fuck.
Yeah.
What are they called?
New Year's Revolutions.
Resolutions. New Year's Revolutions. Do you think countries ever planned it like that?
Oh, that's a great bit idea. Yeah, you take it like a developing nation who needs a revolution, and you do New Year's, and they start tweeting about their New Year's revolution. The government thinks that it's like a typo, but in reality, they're actually planning a big revolution.
Well, I could see that, like Yemen.
Yeah, Yemen's all about that.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
we need a revolution. Am I right?
So we've been talking recently about how there's a lot of dead air in the sports realm. Super Bowl ended, really nothing until conference tournaments kick off for college basketball.
Yeah.
This week we had Oakley, an ex-Knick player. He was at Madison Square Garden, and a fight broke out. He got kicked out by the owner, James Dolan, and it really started this huge storyline. I don't really care all that much about the storyline. What I do care about is that the storyline exists. I want to talk about that. I'm not super into conspiracies, but what do you think the chances are that this is just a ploy so SportsCenter always has something to talk about throughout the entire year?
Yeah, like right after the Super Bowl?
After the Patriots comeback is finally dying down. They have nothing to talk about. And then another story pops up, and now Twitter has something to talk about. ESPN has something to talk about, just like that. Do you think there's any chance that's legitimate?
And constantly talking about the Knicks, who are semi-relevant as a basketball team?
Not even. They're not They're not going to make the playoffs.
Are they not in the playoff picture?
No, they're not in the playoff picture. The East is fucking trash. The Bulls are 2 games under 500, and they're technically the 7th seed. But the Knicks may make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. No reason for the Knicks to have any storyline, but of course we're talking about the Knicks. So here's what I'm proposing. Let's, for the sake of this next bit, live in a world where sports are scripted and this type of shit is scripted, because I think that I would make an awesome script writer for this shit. I think that would be my ideal job. Sports
as a whole are now like the WWE.
Right, but not necessarily the games. I think the games, I know you're kind of into the NCAA's fix, right? Are you still on that train?
Yeah.
Right. I don't think the games are necessarily fixed. I think that it would be great if I could write different storylines for different athletes and be like, all right, today, Oakley, you're going to go to Madison Square Garden, you're going to start a fight, and you're getting kicked out and going to kick this whole thing off.
You're going to get way too drunk because you wouldn't be doing that anyway and possibly start yelling at the owner.
Exactly. I think that nothing bad comes from it. Maybe some reputations are hurt, but ESPN has something to talk about. The viewer has something to talk about. Everyone makes money. So do I actually think this is the way the world works? Probably not. But if it is, how do I sign up for the job of writing it?
Yeah.
That's my question.
My big thing was I wish that teams could trade their retired players.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Or if they were free agents. So imagine if the Nets were like, hey, man, you want to just start coming to all of our games? Here's Charles Oakley's number. Or seat number.
I really like that idea. Might be able to do that.
Yeah, stir up a little bit of inner city rivalry for 2 horribly irrelevant teams, apparently, in the NBA.
Either way, I want to pose a challenge to you.
Okay.
I think next week we should come up with what would be our ideal storyline. If we were scriptwriters for sports, I guess it's called sports scriptwriters.
I love that.
We write a storyline similar to the Charles Oakley story, and we I don't know, pretend. I mean, obviously we don't have enough like clout on Twitter to ever actually get people believing it happened, but we play it out as if it actually happened.
Yeah, like
maybe I'll
Christian Laettner attended a Duke game and tripped Grayson Allen.
Right,
becoming the most loved Duke player now in the history. Oh, I like that a lot.
So for next week, I probably should have prepped something, but clearly I didn't. For next week, let's get any sport, a storyline that would tide ESPN over for like a week if it were to actually happen, and then maybe try kicking it over to ESPN, getting them because they're the puppet master.
So we're just doing their job. That's all we're doing. We're just doing their job.
We're resume building. It's like, you know how Ravel tweeted earlier about how college kids are writing for free? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm giving ESPN the script writing for free. So in the future, ESPN will be like, this Dubs guy, he's who I want bringing different storylines throughout the NBA and NFL.
Yeah. That's a pretty interesting loose definition of earlier you have. Darren Ravel tweeted earlier. It was like 3 weeks ago.
Hey, yeah. I didn't know what the actual timeline was. You know how it goes.
Good use of timeline too. So yeah, I'm big into that. Let's move to so the Grammys were last night.
Oh, we got a listener question coming in from Phil Crimmins. He says, "Hey Dan, I like your commentary about dealing with."
What the fuck is happening? Are you in on this? What's going on? I'm so excited. Who's Phil Crimmins?
I'm just laughing. ZFB's woofing person. Anyway.
All right. We'll try and strip this a little bit better. But wait,
that's easy.
Did you actually have a punchline?
Vaguely. I like your commentary about dealing with dead air in sports radio. How do you suggest confronting that dead air that constantly happens on your podcast?
I was actually good.
Did I say it again? Do we want to include it?
No, yeah, I was gonna make a dead air joke. I was like, yeah, so it just doesn't happen on this podcast that we fill with like songs that we kind of listen to.
All right, think of a response. I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah, I can do it.
I like your commentary about dealing with dead air in sports radio. How do you suggest confronting that dead air that constantly happens on your own podcast?
This is from Phil Crimmins?
Yes.
Well, first of all, you can go fuck yourself. And second of all, that's why we have our lovely Andrew Hoops. He's our producer who makes it seem like there's far less dead air than there actually is.
Yeah. Coming in hot right before we release the episode. Hey, what songs you guys listen to? Really, super impressed with Phil too. He's going to be our only live listener that we'll ever have.
Yeah, we recorded I gotta say, probably the least conducive to listening live situation. He needs to hack into our Google Hangouts to be able to listen to us live, but
never
did it.
Never once have we advertised that this is simulcasted on any network. We're like on the same level. We're in the same level as that kid from high school, that like wants to rap, releasing it 2 days later on a SoundCloud.
That's actually who we are. We're the kids who still claim we're gonna make it as a rapper.
Yeah, we're not giving up. People keep telling us to give up, and we've got people like Phil in the world telling us that our podcast is filled with dead air. But you know what? You know what fills up clouds? Moving on. That's
a new bit called. That's a new bit called Andrew criticizes our podcast without actually being man enough to say it's himself. So he makes up a character, and because it's him criticizing it.
It's like that show Alias.
How?
No one watched that show.
He made an alias.
All right, let's continue. So the Grammys were yesterday. I didn't watch. Did you watch?
Watch. Nobody watched.
No. So there was no football for the first time ever. I watched the entire first season of Mr. Robot in one day, and what I've noticed that I do like a lot now whenever I watch a show is determine whether the dude's body is appropriate for how much I assume he lifts. it's like really gotten into a terrible habit that I have.
Can you like elaborate? Like what? So what's your thought on Mr. Robot?
The character Mr. Robot, he's just like this hacker who just sits inside, and the whole time all I could think was like, no way that dude would have those arms if he never lifted, which I assume he doesn't do.
It's probably diet based. Does the robot eat? I don't watch Mr. Robot either.
Not a robot, it's a person.
Oh, really? Wait, that title's so misleading. Oh, I guess Mr.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a bad bit. Let's cut that part. I don't like it anymore.
I thought we were pretending that we all watched it, then making stuff up.
The Grammys, right?
Okay.
Let's start over after the whole Phil Crimmins thing.
3, 2.
So yesterday were the Grammys. Did you watch?
No, man, I was busy watching Mr. Robot, and I was doing this thing. I do this new thing now. It's super unhealthy, where I try to figure out how much the main characters lift.
Oh man! All right, are we good?
All right, we're good.
Fuck yourselves. The joke was funnier in my head. Clearly, doesn't work when you say it out loud. So let's cut it.
No, it worked. It worked just now. All right, so we were watching the Grammys last night. Did you watch?
Of course.
I feel like Sisyphus trying to get through the alternative stat Grammy bit. So yeah, none of us watched the Grammys last night, so we figured throw out some alternative stats and to recount what actually happened last night.
You want to kick it off?
Yeah, this is the so from my understanding, this is the first baby that Beyonce has had on stage.
Right. Well, no, I think it's not the first baby she's had on stage. I think it's the first twins she had on stage.
Oh, okay.
So that's alternative stat number 1. And I think something like Rihanna was forcing Beyonce to drink while pregnant, which was like super not cool.
Yeah, but that's all because of the bath salts.
Who was taking bath salts?
I don't know who, but I can tell you who gave it to him.
Phil Crimmins?
CJ Wilson. Wait, who's the straight edge? Never mind. I'll cut this.
Good one, Andrew.
Man, I'm glad you're participating so much today, Hoops. You're really adding a lot.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, seriously though, I feel like these are closer to alternative facts. Are we? I don't know if it matters, but do we want to do like this is the? I guess yours makes way more sense. Mine was yeah. I liked yours. I hate mine. Sorry.
Here's something that's not an alternative stat, which after reading your tweet, Dubs, I thought it was that Chance won Best New Artist.
Yeah, that's wild.
He's been around. Not to sound like the hipster guy, because I was super afraid of sounding like oh man, I've been listening to Chance for so long. Like, I can't believe you guys are just getting on that wave. But like, acid rap was pretty highly touted, I thought.
For sure. I hate being that guy. There's no one I hate more than the guy who says, oh, I knew them before they were famous. And I still tweeted that because there's no way Chance was – he was on like a fucking Justin Bieber song 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, no, you're thinking of Ludacris.
Oh, I might be thinking of Justin Bieber being on Coloring Book.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Either way, I mean, he's been on Ultralight Beam. Like he – What?
Which is the album he won for.
These have an interesting definition of new.
Yeah.
I would say. So I'm going to start.
It's similar to your definition of earlier.
Yeah, something like that. I'm going to start. You know what? Good for the Grammys. They're opening this up. I'm going to start using new for anything that's 3 years old.
And also, but think about it though. Like everyone else in the Grammys has been around for like 15 years, so it's kind of relative.
Right. Sure. So like, I mean, let's think about this. What can I start telling people I have that are new?
I got a new haircut.
Yeah. Well, no, that isn't. Way to bring it up, making it about you. Yeah.
I just want people to know it's a thing.
Give me a second. Let me improvise something. Improvise. I mean, take a little while and then say it.
What is this? Things that are new that are 3 years old?
Things that we can say like, oh yeah, that's my new. Like, oh yeah, she's my new wife, but I've been married to her for like 3 years.
Oh wow.
About it.
Yeah. No, you're right. My depression is really new.
Oh, I got it. So I can be like, yeah. So according to the Grammys, if you're within 3 years, I guess it's still new. So, I mean, I've been at my job for about half a year. I can still probably fuck up royally and be like, sorry, I'm new. And I can do that for like a year and a half now. And I'm like, 2 years from now, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm new. I'm new still.
I'm brand new.
I'm brand new. I'm the best new employee, I guess.
Yeah.
So good for the Grammys, helping shitty employees get out of not being new anymore.
That's the dream.
Do you want to throw out any more alternative stats? I think this I think this was the first time a white artist has won best record.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Another win for us. Yeah, I got nothing else.
Word. Let's move on then.
What a natural transition.
I need an alternative stat from you.
One more alternative stat.
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck. Who are artists? I'm seriously blanking.
I think alternative stat. I think 7 women in the audience got pregnant during Bruno Mars's performance.
Also, this is definitely the first time that people have had the opinion, "Fuck the Grammys, I'm not gonna watch them."
Alternative stat.
Alternative stat. Thanks for that, Frank Ocean.
Did Frank Ocean actually do that?
Yeah, he was like, because they criticized him that he like bombed a couple years ago, and then we're like. So he was like, you know what was bad television? You giving poor Taylor Swift. He was like, you gave Taylor Swift Album of the Year over to Pimp a Butterfly. And that was like, wow. The rap game and Taylor Swift are it's pretty brutal. So he was like, fuck it, man. I'm not going to watch that bad television.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean. That was super original thought you had. First time anybody has ever said that about the music scene.
Edgy. I feel like we got too edgy in this bit. I made a race joke and I already feel bad about it.
It's been kind of a wild ride too.
That was the most provocative joke I've ever made on Second String, except maybe the one about killing children with cancer.
Yeah, somehow this is the most explosive thing that you've mentioned.
Cool.
Right.
We'll move on to our new favorite bit.
Fuck Orlando.
Fuck Orlando.
So every week now, to reiterate the fact that Orlando sucks and that we're totally justified for hating it, we're going to throw you guys a stat of the week about Orlando. So this one's not more so much a stat as it is a fact, but the original name for Orlando was supposed to be Jernigan, named after its first full-time settler. But it was renamed after Jernigan was disgraced, and nobody knows where the name Orlando came from.
I have so many questions.
Go ahead.
What letters does Jernigan start with? A J?
J. Jernigan.
Question.
How is he disgraced?
Do you have a nationality on this cat?
No nationality, but it's there's a picture of the Jernigan skyline, and the caption reads, "The city beautiful." So
he also doesn't speak English.
They're not super literate.
Just like Orlando nowadays, so it's actually kind of perfect.
Yeah, throwing out a stat here. It's the most illiterate city in America.
I mean, you shake your head like I'm making this up, but I can't think of a city that'd be less illiterate than Orlando.
No, there's no way. That'd be what awesome benches they would have. The city beautiful.
Question.
There's a lot of attitude.
Let me throw a third question at you that you may or may not know the answer to. Do you know what he was disgraced for?
No. Can we
speculate wildly?
Do some research. Yeah, do some speculation.
I think he might have been like seeing Miami on the side. Does that make any sense, or is that just the ramblings of a crazy person?
All I'm getting is its surname. My joke, my accusation was going to be Jerry is short for Jernigan, and after the whole Sandusky thing,
well, if more Sandusky shit came out today, I'm not sure we could use that joke.
It's wild. It's so bad, but like I'm getting an ESPN alert that someone sexually molested 14 kids.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at this one.
Stay in your lane, ESPN. Oh man. So that guy.
Do you have a first name on Jernigan?
No, just Mr. Jernigan.
I will say this about Jernigan. Can I?
Oh, Dennis.
Can I say?
No, wait.
I'm sorry, you guys froze. Did you say yes?
Aaron Jernigan.
Aaron? A-A-R-O-N?
A-R-N? A-A-R-O-N.
A-A-A-R. 3 A's?
A-A-R-O-N.
All right. So that was our bit called Spelling Aaron.
Yeah. Not E-R-I-N.
Okay, so I will say this about Jernigan. I feel like it'd be a great name to yell out at someone angrily. Like, Jernigan!
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 Could be like a slur. Like, get those fucking Jernigans off my lawn.
You dirty Jernigan. Maybe that was he was describing.
It would have been good. It would have been fun to refer to the people of Orlando as Jernigans.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, man. Let's do it. That's how we're going to really get this off.
They're now Jernigans.
Let's antagonize a bunch of people from Orlando.
Yeah.
And then whenever they come back, we just like, shut the fuck up, you stupid Jernigan.
You fucking Jernigan.
And since they're all so stupid and illiterate, they're not even going to know who Jernigan is. They don't even know about the founding of their stupid fucking city.
That's what happens when you're the most illiterate city in America.
Jernigan.
So that was Fuck Orlando, stat of the week.
Fuck Orlando / spell Aaron / scream Jernigan. It was a good bit.
There's a lot of tangents going on. It reminds me of calculus.
So this is a new bit called Sports Are Dumb, and it is about mostly just how I think sports are dumb, I guess. To be honest, I'm not sure this bit name works, but it's mostly I want to talk about something. I went to Colorado this past weekend, and essentially I don't understand how the Denver Broncos have ever lost a home game.
They're the only team with home field advantage.
I don't think they should never lose. I mean, I was there for 2 days, and I still couldn't breathe, like, at all. Like, the idea of me doing anything athletic my entire time there astounded me.
So this is something that happened. Hoops and I traveled to Denver together last year, and we played Frisbee in the park. Absolutely gassed, like dripping sweat. And it was just a toss. I didn't even really move that much.
I went skiing somewhere that was admittedly 8,000 feet instead of 5,000 feet. I had to hike like literally 100 yards to get to a trail. I had to take a break every 15 steps to take a break.
God, anything where you have to exert that much energy to have fun is just not worth doing.
But that's besides the point. My point is, I can't imagine how athletes. I mean, I know they're athletes, but they go to Denver. I don't think Denver should lose a single home game based on how tired it was.
One guy in the Steelers almost died. He literally almost had a heart attack because his heart couldn't survive the high altitude.
So that
and
just
like, you play anyway.
That just means to me that the Denver players, I guess in all the sports, must just be much more athletic than everyone else.
Like leagues more athletic, and then
even when they go down to sea level, they must just be that much better than everyone.
Yeah.
So anything but 16-0 for the Denver Broncos or 82-0 for the Denver Nuggets should be a failure for their franchise.
I
they
totally
have an advantage going into it, and that's why sports are dumb, because that doesn't happen. I guess.
Yeah.
So that does
totally
not happen is what's dumb. Not me suggesting that should happen. Just to clarify, who's dumb here?
Yeah. So that was Dubs' traveling escapades, and I'm gonna be honest.
Wait, I feel like I had more. What was I going to say about Peruvian? I had something about something Peruvian.
Oh.
Let me think.
Oh, the drug bag.
That's not great. It's only great when I start off with. You have to get into that with absolutely no context. In that last time my Saturday with a Peruvian woman digging around a bag of drugs trying to get me to. She ended up giving me ibuprofen, but she was giving me like different drugs to take for because I was kind of sick because of the altitude. She was like giving me drugs to take, and because she spoke Spanish, I thought no matter what this drug she's handing me is, nothing could be worse than trying to explain to a woman who speaks mostly Spanish why I don't want to take the drug she's offering me. I couldn't even imagine how I was going to get that point across. They're like, no, I'm sorry, I don't accept drugs in a bag from strangers. So I was just like, fuck it, whatever this drug's gonna do, it couldn't be that bad.
Lift off. So she didn't speak much English, so I'm guessing you didn't throw the pun at her roommates.
No, but I should have. She also said to me, she asked me how old I was. I said 23. Why? How old do you think I am? And she said, 29. So you talk about your confidence being shot.
I mean, I don't think I've seen you face to face a while. Do you look like weathered? Are you battered a little bit?
Emotionally, but I didn't like show her my emotions that much. Maybe it was the constant crying that I was doing while I was there.
Constant crying, altitude. It's a whole host of things.
Yeah. All right, let's hear about your travel.
So I'm just traveling to Baltimore this week. I have I have some job training that I had to get done. So I've been trying these new things while I travel. So I guess this is kind of terrible ideas, but more geared toward when you're traveling. So on my flight, everyone around me was doing work because it was a day flight. It was like noon. So people were like, one guy had a tablet out and was legit. I think he was designing a gun. Like he was an engineer gun maker. So I was like, wow, I need to look a little bit busier. So I pulled my phone out and just started doing math on my calculator and nodding. So it was like 49 times 16. And then I would just go, oh.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a terrible idea, probably.
And then my other little bit of advice that do you have anything else about the doing math on the plane?
Do you think you were treating that like a bit, or do you think anyone was actually fooled?
I think I had the guy next to me fooled because he started doing math on his calculator. So maybe people thought we were doing work together, or calculating how fast we were going. I guess we were eyeballing the miles that we were traveling, and then dividing it backwards. So this is my other piece of advice. I got caught in a bathroom with a attendant, and you know how you have to awkwardly tip them just because they put soap in your hands?
What?
Like, have you ever been in a bathroom with a bathroom attendant out at a bar?
No.
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So basically, what the gist is they put soap in your hands, and then you have to tip them for a bit, kind of cleaning your hands.
That's so
I got caught in an awesome situation. There's this severely handicapped gentleman that was also in the bathroom, and he had to could push with 2 fingers, and the bathroom attendant was like, "Hey man, quit for your needs." So I went, "Well, I never." And I walked straight out. And that's how I got out of tipping the bathroom attendant. So me and the handicapped guy became really good friends.
Did you actually talk to him afterwards?
No. But I gave him a head nod. I was like,
"Did you actually do this?"
Yeah, that's 100% a thing. I was walking behind this guy as he slowly rolled in front of me. And we there were lines leading into the bathroom. We had to part them to go through everyone.
And what did the attendant say?
He didn't respond. What could he respond? He thought I was actually offended that they didn't have a bathroom.
What did he say to the handicapped man?
Hey man, our stall isn't suited enough for your needs.
Yeah, I mean, you reacted probably appropriately. You didn't have to tip him.
I saved $1 or $2.
Yeah.
And an awkward conversation with
$1 or $2. Donate those $1 or $2 to Jonathan's dream.
Get another haircut.
Oh. Cool.
So then my last thing was the Amtrak lady. So I took a train. I was a big plane, train, automobile guy this week. And I took a train for a ticket. So I get up. I just walk up. And apparently the train ticket counter is much like a deli. And they're supposed to call you hey, window 12 is open. So she looks over at me and goes, "Yeah, what do you want?" And I was like, I clearly need a train ticket. She goes, "Yeah, well, you kind of snuck up. You kind of walked up on me." Look, I looked around and I said, "As opposed to what?" What was I supposed to do in an empty train line? So I pay for this ticket. I think she upsold me $116
for a train ticket from where to where?
Philadelphia to Baltimore.
There's no way that's how much that costs.
It's an hour train. That's how much
did you pay
my ticket back home cost. Yeah, I was so confused, and I felt bad that I walked up on her, that I just paid full price for my 1 hour train ride. Where actually, bringing it all full circle, I had to sit in the handicap seat because there were no seats left. It clearly said, like, this seat is reserved for handicapped people.
Well, I never.
That was me traveling. I thought I'd share that all with you guys, and that's some good ideas moving forward.
Cool.
Up next, you got a You're So Sweet, Bro.
Yeah, we're going to bring back You're So Sweet, Bro, which, as a reminder, is things that I think people just pretend to like, and they pretend to like for whatever kind of reason. I don't know, but I don't think anyone could possibly like. I'm going to bring this up in a slightly different context. I want to ask you guys if this is something you do actually like. You know when people show you, like, funny videos of their nieces and nephews or children? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I got you.
Do I have any obligation to does anyone actually enjoy watching those if it's not a relative of your own?
Yeah, what's the response? Do you get, oh?
Yeah.
You go, oh, yeah.
So you don't do that. But do people, so I guess my question is, do people actually like those? Why? At what point of time did it become appropriate to be like, yeah, check out this 2-minute long video of my niece opening her birthday present? Like, in what situation would I ever want to watch that?
I open birthday presents every year. It's not that fucking
it's like,
cool.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah. If she can do math on a calculator while some dude next to her designs a gun, then come talk to me.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm straight. I don't need to see little Angela open up a
a lot of Italians. Like, such bizarre people that their Uncle Angelo is giving them a bottle of shampoo for their birthday.
I said little Angela. Her name was Angela, not Angelo. Those are also different. To hide the identities, I've changed the names and what was going on in the video.
And the gift.
The shampoo was a red herring.
Oh, man. No, it's also weird now, too? I've got someone in my life that sends me pictures of a kid that isn't hers.
Oh, God.
That's like someone she knows. It's like her niece. And then she says to me, check out my niece. Or check out my friend's niece. Check out my friend's niece.
It's your friend's niece? That's psychopathic behavior. That's the type of shit that you can, like, maybe call someone about?
Like, I would only... I'm kind of for it if it's a Snapchat, but if it's like a legit sent video, I was like, why the fuck would I have any interest in this right now?
I don't have any interest in Snapchat either. Well, you know my opinion on Snapchats. Have we talked about this?
That they should only be for super sexually explicit things that you sent by accident.
Yes, that's exactly my take on Snapchats. Thank you, T.
Your words.
Definitely not my words. No, I just think that people overuse Snapchat completely. Like, I don't give enough of a shit about your life to get a Snapchat. You want to make your story, that's fine, because that's my decision to look at it. But don't send me a Snapchat of something that, unless we have like an inside joke or something, or like it's something that me specifically am going to enjoy, don't send me that Snapchat. That's a waste of my time. Wasting my time with yours.
I'm big on that. I actually totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
All right, neat. Let's learn about cricket.
I feel like a lot of my bits have just become me complaining about things.
Well, that's basically what bits are.
That's what you are, too.
Me?
You don't like my Nantucket Nectars facts?
I never said that.
I actually think that's really funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
I think that's one of your funniest
I just don't know how to respond to them because the answer is always Nantucket.
It's always Nantucket, but it's funny every time. The last one was it was like harvesting pumpkins is popular in the fall in...
Like, why do they even add it? It's so stupid. They add Nantucket to every fucking fact. It's crazy.
Oh, man. That's my second least favorite city in America. He goes Orlando, then Nantucket.
Is Nantucket considered a city?
I don't know.
Is it an island?
It's an island, but is an island a city?
I don't know.
Maybe there's cities within Nantucket. Let's learn about cricket.
Maybe it'll be facts.
Let's do some cricket. Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Oh shit.
Chirp, chirp.
Oh shit. Caught me off guard. All right. A fact for this week is that I've actually been making up the facts for the past 2 months.
Alternative stats are an entire cricket rule set.
Let's see. Where are we at? All right, Law 31, timed out. The upcoming batsman is timed out if he or she takes more than 3 minutes to get ready for the next delivery.
How is that a thing? How would you possibly need any time to get ready? You have one job once you step up to plate.
Another huge thing to mention about that law, how long 3 minutes is. That means you could
Incredibly long time.
take 2 minutes and 59 seconds to get ready for your next at bat if you wanted to.
Well,
It'd actually be. Go ahead.
Apparently, if it's too long, then the umpire can just give the win to the other team.
So you get
Just straight up the win. They win the game.
Yeah, they can just forfeit the offending team.
Oh, that's pretty insane. What would be really funny is if cricket had a shot clock that's counted down from 180. Every time someone stepped out of whatever they're made up.
The guy who has to run that board.
And if everybody shouted in the stadium.
Every time. 180, 179. I don't know if we should do that. We should go to games and just count down every time. That's simply obscure enough of a rule that not everyone knows it exists. It's like, what are these guys counting to?
You know how like an ump, or not an ump, a ref in basketball will do like 5 seconds and that's the logo? What is it for 180? Like, it just
right,
keeps
quiz time.
flashing in his hands.
I like it. All right, cool. That's a good.
I like 131.
I'm going to keep going real quick. Just not
All right.
another thing. Quiz. How many times has a batsman gotten out with this rule in first-class cricket?
0 times.
4.
Oh, it's 5.
We're pretty good at guessing.
I would love to see their reaction. It's got to be like George Brett with the Pine Tar times infinity.
Yeah.
Do you want to know all 5 of their names?
I would like the third one's name.
Good choice. VC Drakes.
Are there videos of this happening? Probably not.
We'll look it up. Tweet it out from our account. Do we have an account yet?
No, we keep saying we're going to make one.
All right, we'll tweet it out from our account. Let's end with
Battleship.
Zip.
One pitch match of the first pitch and then singing to Battleship.
What?
What? Oh, are we going to sing ourselves out this week?
Oh, yeah, we got to sing ourselves out. Let's play Battleship, then we're going to sing ourselves out.
All right. Battleship.
Battleship. All right.
Battleship. My guess is G2.
What two?
G2.
It's a hit. My guess is G5.
Hit, and you've sunk my destroyer? What's the 5
It's going to
one?
be the aircraft carrier.
Destroyed my aircraft carrier. You've sunk my aircraft carrier.
It's a big moment.
Our first sunken
It's
ship.
kind of anticlimactic. I've been looking forward to the first sink since we started this podcast.
Play
I'll
that
put in
sound
so
of you
many
going.
sound effects.
Yeah, that actually has to be a big deal every time I sink a ship. So congrats, you're up 1 ship to none.
I can't wait. Now I'm shooting blind. This is
Yeah, back to because you hit early.
Yeah.
After next week, presumably I'm knocking out your aircraft carrier next week, and then.
I could have done like something where like I do a bunch of horizontals next to each other, so you think you've actually hit only 1 ship. You've actually hit like 3 ships.
Oh God, if you do that, that is so annoying.
It's pretty consistent with the way I do most things, though, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a strategy? Let me look this up.
To placing, I'm sure. Probably not to shooting. Hey, how are we gonna sing ourselves out?
You got to pick a song. That's the first step.
No. Oh yeah. Thanks for listening to.
Oh, are we making up a song or are we singing a song?
Thanks for listening to. Should we just do it to the tune of Battleship?
Second string. Second string.
So who wants that?
Second.
Yeah, audio. Dubs, you hearing that?
3. Dubs. Oops, you go down to.
What am I doing?
Second Ready? All right, we got it. Ready? 1, 2.
This is so early. 1, 2.
Are you counting me in?
We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll hold our note.
I forgot my note.
All right.
All right.
Next week.